So, this is the Chrysler Ipsilon. Now this review is particularly for those YouTube users who have been asking about the Chrysler Ipsilon. There is one particular user who has asked me pretty much on every video that I've done over the last while, which is Attaboy the Third. I can presume that he is the third version of whatever Attaboy is. So this review is just for you. This little Ipsilon is a two-tone version of it, so that's the kind of unique selling point. It's got different colour top and bottom, and it has a glass sunroof in as well, which is partially open. Let a bit of heat out at the moment because it's very warm here, despite it not being terribly sunny. If there is one car that I can think of that makes me feel more Italian than any other car I've driven, it has to be this one. But let's have a look around and see what we can find, and we'll review it particularly for those people who have been asking questions. So, the Chrysler Ipsilon. Sounds solid, doesn't it? I mean, it just does. Listen, just big solid thump out of it. And when you start it up, I'll turn on the music there. When you start it up, the little optional sat-nav thing kicks in here straight away, okay, which is, it's removable, so you can take it out in your hand, this little sat-nav thing. You can see it's shutting down now because it's got no power. And then you just plug it into this thing here, which doesn't intrude at all into your eye line. It's right there. It's perfect. I like that. Put on the aircon for a little bit. But remember where we are in the kind of car we're driving, okay? Because I have two-tone bodywork, double length sunroof, full length of the car, 4 electric windows, air conditioning. This car even parks itself in parallel parking. I have a USB port with the Blue and Me system, so I have Bluetooth the whole time. I have loads of little cubby holes, and they are small now, I have to say. The cubby holes are kind of small, and tons of room, and I literally mean this, for 4 adults, easy. You can see the 2 child seats in the back I mean, they're as big as an adult, if not bigger, okay? Now this one is powered by a 1.2 litre petrol engine. You can have this in diesel if you want as well, but the little fizzy petrol engine is very good. And the reason why, sorry, I have the sunroof slightly open there. The reason why I said that is because the rev range goes on forever. It's not because you're going to win any races. You won't. That sounds nice. See? Now there's no torque or anything, you know. There's nothing to speak of in the way of outright power or speed, but that's not what this car is for. It's meant for kind of city driving or nipping to the shops or, you know, big towns or something. You know, it's that kind of car. Now, I enjoy Italian cars, and any of you who are regular users will know that. Actually, any of regular users will have seen that background a few times, because that's my general kind of quiet test spot. I like that little place up there. This one is a full-bore kind of Italian feel to the whole car. I know they put Chrysler across here, but of course in Italy it's a Lancia. There's no getting around that. But Lancia, along with Fiat and Chrysler and all the rest of them, have come leaps and bounds from where they used to be and what you remember. Problem is, Irish drivers and English drivers have a terribly long memory for cars. You seem to remember way back when cars were, you know, horse and cart style, as to your judgment of what a car can do right now. But things have changed. These cars are not what they used to be. This is the culmination of years of coming around to being a modern, stylish, versatile car. Now, earlier this week, I actually had a Fiat Panda, and I found it to be brilliant. I love the little Pandas, but this actually has more room inside the cabin, and yet looks a lot smaller on the outside. It looks tiny compared to the Panda. This one is, it just feels huge inside the cabin. It really does. It's so deceptive. Now I do like a couple of little factors about the car. One is, of course, that the sat-nav has a little picture of the Ipsilon on it. That's because that's hooked into the Blue and Me system that's in here, and it allows you to be able to track your fuel records through the sat-nav. You can also make a phone call through the sat-nav. It's connected into your Bluetooth on your phone. The Blue and Me system is an incredible little system that works very well. If you plug in something into the USB port, immediately it detects it and starts to play it. If you stab in a destination on the sat-nav, it appears on the dashboard in front of you as well. Now, one little thing I'm not so keen on is this current fuel consumption deal, okay? At the moment it says I'm doing 23.4 kilometers per litre. Now, I've never seen a car manufacturer measure their fuel system by telling me how many kilometers per litre I'm doing versus how many litres per 100 kilometers. But by all accounts, judging by how much fuel I've used over the last while, it seems very economical. For a 1.2 petrol. It's not even the diesel version. Now, what we'll attempt to do, of course, is, as always, test everything for you. We're going to test the parking space ability and see if it can actually park itself. This should be a bit of crack. First of all, because you feel like a complete plonker when you're driving along the road, because you drive very slowly. Even though you can visually see where the parallel parking space is, doesn't mean the car has spotted it yet, which means it can take a while to kind of figure out where the space is. But that won't daunt me, dear viewers. So what we're going to try and do is find a parking space that the car can park into. I see one, and we're going to make the car do it though, that's the point. Confusing the crap out of people now. There it is, parking found. Move forward. It says move forward on the dashboard. I'm moving. Engage reverse gear. Here we go. Right, I'm not doing anything. Not doing a thing. This is always scary. I don't like this bit. Here it goes. You're not going to make that, is it? Oh, look at that. It's so quick. Oh. Engage reverse gear. Sorry. It's leveling me up in the space now. Here it goes. See if we're going back a lot. Finish manually. Finish manually. That sounds like something else completely. Even YouTube people won't. Some of you will get that. You have to finish yourself off when you finish parking. But as you can see, the system works. First time. Straight into the parking space, no problem. We'll have to put that to the test again, just for the codology, because that was quite a big space. Now this thing can try and get itself into a space that's just about the size of the car. It's very, very smart at doing what it does. I was actually very surprised. I parked it the other day up to town here for some, I don't know what I was doing, but I parked up to town here and it straight into the space. It was so quick. It was as quick as me. Now the only thing is, you actually can see the parking space even though the car can't, and so you feel like a bit of an idiot when you're driving along with your left indicator on, you're touching for, hoping that thing is going to start talking to you any minute. It'll tell you that it wants to park there. The Ipsilon has managed to push its way into one of my favourite positions, which is to be a small car that you can delight in, that you can enjoy, that you can drive around every day and have a bit of fun in, even in this 1.2 petrol version, because there's more than enough horsepower there. Look, I'm only in second. I still didn't run out of gears there. I didn't have to change that. I was only up at 5,000 revs. Now look, like I say, it's not going to win any races, but that's not what the car is for. This is meant to be cute and Italian, and because it's cute and Italian, I'm going to do what Italians do, which is open all the windows and open the sunroof as well for the buzz. And the reason I do this is because most modern cars, when the windows are open and you're driving along, go huge noise coming in through the side windows, whereas this, like a convertible, I can stick my hand out the roof and everything. I mean, it's designed as a cute, stable, useful car. It's probably, the interior design is probably the most clever design I've seen on one of these small cars. Now I'm getting a lovely breeze. The windows are wide open, all of them, as you can see. I have every window open in the car. Yeah, back ones are open too. I've got the sunroof open, and I'm not being buffeted by any noises. I'm convinced that Italian car makers